Hello, James here again, and what we're going to talk about today is privacy in our modern day internet era. And privacy has to do with government regulations, the permissions that the government has, and also about what other people can find out about your assets. And this has become an important topic as a function of the business trust that we advocate for people to use for their businesses. Several years ago, after we had the 9/11, the government instituted and they pushed through this Patriot Act, which a number of people have heard about. What the Patriot Act did is it enabled many different government agencies to cross the line and to look at your personal and business affairs, whereas previously they had to get court orders in order to investigate some of your personal affairs. So everything changed with this Patriot Act. Everybody thought that, we're in this national emergency, so they pushed through this legislation, and many people don't know how permissive it is for the government to look at your affairs. Along with them looking at your affairs, what can happen is that you can get these seizures that come along with it. And if you have any of your assets seized, you have to prove to them that they did the wrong thing to get your stuff back. So with this privacy, how are you going to protect yourself? How are you going to keep your assets secure and safe and invisible, which is part of what we advocate, in order to augment some of these privacy issues that have been violated, that have been gone away as a result of this Patriot Act. So please know that this stuff has changed. And so what we're advocating here is keep your stuff off of the radar screen. Keep it safe. Keep yourself safe. I mean, it's hard enough to make some money and to run a business and have employees, if you will, and bust your butt in order to make a success in the modern day world. So once you get there or on your way there, keep mindful about keeping your stuff safe. So that's what we want to do. And the Patriot Act has made a number of changes that a lot of people are not aware of that can seriously impact you. We've also got a financial crimes enforcement network. Okay, part of the Patriot Act also has to do with anti-money laundering. And so in addition to that, we've had the bank secrecy laws. Okay, so anything more than $10,000 in cash has got to be reported, structuring. If you take 10 out of the country, you bring it back in. You've got all this kind of stuff too. So now you've got additional agencies within the government that are looking at all types of cash transactions. You may have also seen where FinCEN, that's the name of the organization, it's the Department of Treasury, is now requiring title companies in order to report all cash transactions on real estate transactions. And I think it was originally rolled out a couple of years ago in New York and Miami and Chicago. Now they're doing it in other cities and states as well. So there's really an oversight. There's really a lot going on, a lot of snooping eyes into our affairs that we didn't have before. And I also want to mention about the Fair Credit Reporting Act. Okay, a lot of people think that to get your credit report, that somebody needs to get your signature, get a permission, or you need to apply for a credit card. Well, yes, there's 5 reasons that a person can get your credit report. It's a court order, it's an extension of credit, there's a judgment, employment is another one, and then the 5th one is what is called any good and valid business reason. So if you're thinking about going into business with your buddy or something like that, and he wants to check you out and see what your financial affairs are, how you handle your money and stuff like that, he can go to any one of these agencies and he can get your credit report because it's a good and valid reason. You can't just do it because you just want to snoop on somebody. But people can look up your credit report as well, and a lot of people don't know that. So putting all this into context, so think about all these different privacy issues that have been eroded over the last several years. We've got the internet, we've also got the government looking in at all of our affairs as well. And so you just need to be mindful that this is going on behind the scenes, and you may or may not know what's going on. So if it's important to you to get some of your privacy back, then the way to do it is to title your assets, whether your bank account, your brokerage account, your rental properties, or your business, in a way that's separate from you. It's not John Smith personally, it's some other type of organization. And I'm not talking about a corporation LLC, I'm talking about a trust. Whether it's a business trust, a real estate trust, a holding trust, what have you. Use that to at least hold some of your important, valuable assets. We always leave a little mugger's money on the table. Don't hide all your stuff. But your big important stuff, take that stuff off the table, put it in another state, use a trust, do a couple of things in order to get yourself a little bit of safety back, so that if anybody starts looking at your stuff, you got some of the stuff tucked away that nobody can find. Okay, you're going to pay your taxes. You got to do all that stuff right. That's a completely separate issue. But what I'm talking about here is that we got a tremendous amount of snooping online by government, by opportunists with their attorneys. And so keep all that stuff in mind. Check us out if you'd like to know a little bit more about privacy and keeping your assets off the radar screen. We're at trustart.com. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and that's all we got for today. It's a little cold here in Santa Fe. I'm a little chilly because I'm a California guy, but I hope you enjoyed the video. You're welcome to share it. See you later.